Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? It's Tanika. And I'm here in this kitchen trying to get some food prepared for the week. I'm going to work on some dinner for the week and then some lunch. So for dinner, I have here, I was trying to get the camera pointing down so y'all could see as I'm doing this stuff. I mean, I'm not cooking anything extravagant or anything new. I just thought that I would show y'all what I was eating and how I was cooking it and what I was gonna put on it, you know, for the week. But I was trying to point the camera down so y'all could see me and the food as I'm putting the seasoning and stuff on it. But that wasn't working well. So I'm having for dinner, I got me some pork chops here. I got 2 pork chops for me. Hopefully that'll be plenty for the week. I'm gonna have some pork chop. I'm gonna do me some asparagus here. And then I have some creamed corn, which this is the best kind of creamed corn to me. I really, I'm sorry, y'all. I got out of the camera. Give me just a minute. Something is leaking over here. So that, I really love that corn and my son loves it. The Mackenzie's golden cream corn that comes in the frozen section. I mean, you really don't have to do much to it. I just open up the pack, put a little salt and pepper and a little butter and just cook it down real low until it gets heated real well, and then it's ready to eat. So I'm gonna get this pork chop seasoned and get it in the oven. So like I say, because I will probably eat off of 1 pork chop possibly 3 to 4 times. I'm only cooking 2 for me. My son didn't want any pork chops, so you know, I'm only cooking these 2 for me. So what I'm gonna put them in the oven. Sometimes I'll put them in the oven, sometimes I'll put them in the air fryer, but versus the crunchiness, the crispiness in the oven, they come out a little bit more soft, where they just break all up, and that's easier for me to eat and on my stomach for me to digest versus the crispiness. So I'm gonna just put them in the oven today and bake them. So I always just spray them. I did spray my pan with the canola oil, and I just spray on top of my pork chops prior to putting on my seasonings. And like I said, I don't use anything extravagant. I love to put honey on my pork chop. So that's usually the first things that I put on there. I spray and then I put the honey. No special kind of honey, just honey. I just drizzle some over the top, and it gives your pork chop like a sweet, it's not really sweet, but it gives it a good flavor. And I like the way the coating looks. It makes it look like it was cooked in a restaurant or something. So as you can see, I just drizzle some over the top, and I'm gonna do it on both sides. So I'm gonna, let me open up all my seasonings, and I'll tell you what I'm putting on it. And it usually turns out very well. And I'll show y'all after pictures of everything too, so y'all can see how it looks. So I use my Lawry's, my seasoned salt. I sprinkle some of that on there. And I really need to try to get into these no salt seasonings, but I haven't done that yet. I put paprika on it. Like I said, I don't use no special kind. I just buy whatever is in this store with these seasonings. That's the cheapest. I put bay leaves on it. Season it with some bay leaves. And I use onion powder and garlic powder. And y'all, I usually put parsley on it as well, but I was looking up there in my cabinet for some, and apparently I have ran out. So I gotta get some more of that. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I just seasoned that side, so now I'm gonna spray the other side with some of the canola oil spray. I don't know, I just like to spray it with that because to me it seems like it helps the seasoning stick a little bit more on it. That's just me. that's just me. And I like, it also helps it, you know, to brown, because I like my stuff to be browned and coated looking when I eat it. So I'm put some Malaris on this side. I'm doing the other side of it. My paprika, and my basil, and my onion and garlic powder. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. So I'm putting that on there. And then I like to spray another little coat. You have to be careful when you spray it at the end, because if you spray it too forcefully, then you'll knock all your seasoning off. So this is the pork chop, if you can see it. So it's ready. I'm just gonna put this in the oven. So give me just a minute so we can go ahead and start cooking. And I guess maybe I let it cook for 30, 45 minutes. I mean, I never really timed it that much, but I just look at it, and when it looks the way I want, like browned kind of on the top, and sometimes I'll check it like halfway between that time and flip it over, because you know sometimes it cooks differently and I like it to look the same on both sides. So I do that. And I forgot something with this. Let me get this out the fridge right quick for my asparagus, because you know, y'all, I told y'all I'm trying to do better, start back my meal prepping and everything versus just eating whatever, so I can make sure I'm getting my vegetables and stuff in. So I got my asparagus here, and I've already washed it off. I don't know about y'all, but I wash off all my meat. I wash off my vegetables, because I don't know who hand and touched it, if it then dropped on the floor when they was packaging it up, or what the deal is, but I always wash off all of my vegetables. And I don't like the big fat ends on mine. So sometimes if the ends, these are not that bad, but sometimes, so I probably won't cut them, because most of these are okay. But sometimes the ends of them are really big, and when it cooks, it kind of like strings and stuff, and I don't like that. So I always cut that off of my asparagus. But these, I mean, they look pretty good. And I like to cook my asparagus down to it's really soft. So that's just my preference. I like it like that. So I sprayed the pan before I put my asparagus in there, and I'm gonna spray this as well with some non-stick olive oil. And I'm also gonna get my olive oil. Let me get that, y'all. I get my olive oil, and I sprinkle, sorry, I tried to get everything to have it here, but of course you always realize something you forgot. And I always like to sprinkle no different kind, great value olive oil. I like to sprinkle that over the top of it as well. And then I will put salt and pepper on it. Season it to liking. I put salt and pepper on mine. Okay, that's salt. Black pepper, put some of that on there. Okay, got my black pepper, and then I use Parmesan cheese on top of mine as well. This is the grated Parmesan cheese, no special kind, great value. For cheese, whatever kind of Parmesan cheese I have on hand, I sprinkle on top of my asparagus. Like I say, this is just how I cook mine. And then I kind of turn it to try to get the seasoning. As you can see, I'm like just flipping it over, trying to get the seasoning all the way around it. So it's seasoning it on both sides. And I do that. And then at the end of it, I try to make sure they're not stacked on top of each other so they can all cook evenly on here. So I'm doing that, and you can see I kind of got seasoning on both, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more. Hey, son. That's my son coming through, and you probably, yes, I'm on video. So And my dog is walking behind me in the kitchen, hoping that I drop something so that he can jump on it. So if you see bodies walking behind me or hear something down below me, it's my puppy and my son may walk through. So this is how my asparagus is gonna look. And then I'm just gonna put it in the oven. I also put this in the oven, and I'm just gonna let it bake until it gets the desired texture that I like. I like like I said, I like for mine to be soft. I don't really like for mine to be crunchy. So I'm just gonna cook it until it get that way. So I got that. I'm putting this in the oven with the pork chop. And then, like I say, with this corn, there's nothing special I do to it. I open it even if it's frozen, because sometimes it's still frozen in the blocks. But today I kind of set it out on the counter. So I just cut the pack open and pour it in there. Get a spoon since it's so soft, so I can get it all off the thing. And this is really good cream corn. My son loves it. He'll eat the whole pot of it. So I do that, and let me cut the other one. I was gonna do rice, but I was like, no, I haven't had corn in a while, so I'm gonna do corn for my starch. I have my asparagus as my vegetable and my pork chop as my protein. So I'm gonna do that. Put that all in here. Get it off the package. And it just looks like, oh, let me get this off my hands. It just looks like creamed corn. Can y'all see? So, stir that up, and I'm gonna put some salt and pepper. Let me get some butter out the fridge. And I'm just gonna use some, I can't believe it's not butter. I'm gonna scoop some out and put it in there after I put some salt. Put a little salt. Put a little pepper in it. Some pepper. And then I'm gonna put some butter in it. Put some butter in it. See? And stir it up. Stir, stir, stir. And then I just put it on the stove with the top on it, and I let it cook on low so it don't scorch and burn. And with me cooking it on low, by the time everything else is all heated up, then the corn is usually ready as well. But I still watch it to make sure it don't stick, because you don't want it to stick and burn. But it's real simple. You don't have to do anything but put your desired seasoning in it and put it on the stove and let it cook slowly. That's how I do mine. So I got that done. Okay. So I'm gonna put the top on it and put this on the stove. Give me just a minute. I'm gonna put it on low. Okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna put that on low. And that is dinner. So I have my pork chop on, and I have my asparagus on in the oven with the pork chop, and I got my corn on. And that's gonna be my dinner for the week. Once it's all done, then I'll cut up my little pork chop in its little sections and spread out everything, and I'll do my little individual plates and put my little plastic containers and put it in the oven, so each day I can just pop it in the microwave. I ain't got to try to measure it out or anything, and eat it. So for dinner, I know y'all it's hot as all outdoors out there, okay? The heat is so disrespectful, but for whatever the reason is, Tanika been want her some chili. I been want some chili. Yeah, I want some chili. So that's what I'm gonna make for lunch this week. I'm gonna just put that in the crock pot and just let it cook slow for however long. It'll be fine in the crock pot. So now what I'm getting ready to do is go brown my beef, and I did get the leaner beef. So I'm gonna go brown that, put that in, and I just got my chili beans and my chili seasoning that I'm gonna put in it. I don't put any kind of tomatoes or anything in mine because I am allergic to tomatoes. I found out in my later years that I'm allergic to tomatoes, so I do not put tomatoes in mine. But you know what, y'all? I can't really tell the difference. It still tastes the same. It's still good to me. So I put my meat, my beans, and my chili seasoning in there, and then I fix my bowl and get me some light sour cream and some fat-free cheese and put on there and let melt up in there, and get me some crackers. I like to eat it with saltine crackers, and it be on and popping. So I just wanted to show y'all a little bit about what I was gonna be eating and how I prepared it for the week. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you never cook your pork chop with honey or with the seasonings that I put on there, try it. I promise you, you won't be disappointed, okay? So I'm gonna go and ground this beef and get this chili going in the crock pot, and then I'm gonna sit down. I bought some more vegetables this week when I went to the grocery store that I have to chop up to put in bags to put in the freezer. So I got me some fresh zucchinis, 2 packs of that, and I got the tricolor peppers and the green peppers. So I'm gonna wash those off and chop those up and put them in Ziploc bags, so when I need them for cooking, I will have them. I know you can buy them already chopped up, but for whatever the reason this time, I just bought them and said I'll chop them up myself. So I can chop them up to the consistency and the size that I want. So I'm gonna brown my meat, get my chili in the crock pot, and while everything else is cooking, I'm gonna chop up my vegetables. But I just wanted to come to y'all for a minute to show y'all what was gonna be dinner and lunch for the week, and let y'all see it. I will talk to y'all later. I hope y'all have a good week, and thank you so much for following me, subscribing to my channel, and watching my videos. I appreciate you so very much. And if you're watching this video and this is the first time you've seen one of my videos, please go and hit that subscribe button and hit that notifications button so that you will be notified whenever I post new content. But I want to say I hope you all have a good rest of your day and a great week, and I shall talk to you all later. Bye-bye.